It is Friday, February 25th in the NBA, and I'm back with my 3 best picks of the day. Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot. Do a quick recap from yesterday. Another profitable day, 2-1 day overall, stretching our record to 22-5 over our last 27 picks. D'Angelo Russell, our best bet of the day. Like I said, you should take his points, but we didn't even need his points, rebounds, and assists. We only needed points. The man scored 37 points alone. DeAndre Ayton, yeah, you're banned from the channel. No double-double. You get 6 points, 8 rebounds. Get lost, my friend. And, of course, our friend Trae Young gets that double-double for everyone. Cashes are over 8.5 assists as well. Hopefully, we've been helping you guys out a couple more good days, and we'll be over that 40-unit mark on the season. If you are new to the Calling Our Shot community, welcome aboard. Thanks for watching the videos. We are we're trying to close in on 27,000 subscribers. We can't do it without your guys' support. So go down below, hit that subscribe button, and if you are already subscribed, email, send the videos to your friends, whatever you want to do. Let's hit that 27K subscribers today. I appreciate you guys. As always, it is Friday. Let's enter the weekend making some money. Thank you guys all again for the kind words yesterday about my engagement. I did get engaged. I appreciate it, and so does Trina. But what does Trina also appreciate? All the new COS All-Stars. I know it might be annoying. I kind of say this every single video, but these people are the real MVPs. They're the reason I get up at 5 a.m. and do all the research for free and do all these videos for fun. So what is a COS All-Star, you might ask? It's our YouTube membership. It costs less than $3 a month. Helps show your support and appreciation to what we do every single day for free for you guys. So it helps support us to make this a full-time career for us. So if you want it, you want some cool extra perks like custom emojis, and what's probably most important, you get all the plays an hour early, sometimes even more than an hour, depending on how long it takes to edit. Before the video goes live on the community tab, just click the join button in the next to our channel name, or click the link in the description to become an all-star. We really appreciate it. I'll shout all of you all-stars out at the end of the video because, trust me, it's a long list. So stay tuned for that. I appreciate you guys all for becoming an all-star. We thank you more than you know. So shout-outs coming in a couple minutes, so stick around for that. Now, let's waste no more time. Let's get into the best bet of the day. And look, I want to do a parlay today, but I don't really like a lot of legs out there. There's a lot of odds, a lot of injuries that we don't really know about. So we'll do the parlay sooner or later, a parlay giveaway of some sort, but we'll wait until maybe tomorrow or maybe on Sunday. We'll see. Let's enter the weekend making some money. Best bet of the day, Bam Adebayo, over 9.5 rebounds, minus 135 on DraftKings. Now, you know, I don't like taking a lot of juice props. Trae Young, I was like minus 140 yesterday, and that's about as juiced as I'll go. Now, minus 135, I'm fine with this. Now, I know the line is 10.5 on other books, so before you go down below, and you're asking me, Austin, do you like 10.5? Yes, I do, but obviously, if you can try to, navigate and line shop, 9.5, obviously a lot better than 10.5, but 10.5 is solid. Probably would play 10.5 at half a unit, but I love this 9.5 minus 135, or take Bam's double-double. Now, today, the Miami Heat travel to Madison Square Garden and take on my New York Knicks, and the Knicks haven't necessarily been the best team all season long. They might actually be getting Derrick Rose back in a couple games, but RJ Barrett might be back today. But look, every player wants to try hard and go 110% in the Garden, and that's what Bam has been doing, and it's no different because in his last 2 games in the Garden against the Knicks, 20 points, 17 rebounds, and 24 points, 11 rebounds, cashing not only 9.5, but also the 10.5 rebounds. Now, if you look at their matchup about a month ago, you'd see Bam only had 8 rebounds, and you're like, well, you don't love that, only 8 rebounds, but the Miami Heat as a team only had 38 rebounds, and you might think 38, what does that number mean to me? Well, it might not mean a lot to you, but for comparison, the Heat averaged 52 rebounds per game, so it was a very low number for total rebounds for a team, and as a whole, the Heat the lowest team in the NBA is 49.5 rebounds per game, so the fact they only had 38 was very low, so I think that was just more of an anomaly. I think we should see more rebounds for the Heat, and I think Bam Adebayo will be doing it. Now, over the last 7 games, I got a question for you guys. Over the last 7 games, which team's allowed the most rebounds to the center position? Think in your head. Well, if you're talking about Bam Adebayo and the Knicks, you'd guess it's the Knicks, and you'd be correct because the Knicks have allowed 22.29 rebounds per game to opposing centers, by far the most in the NBA over the last 7 games. Now, Mitchell Robinson, I love him, and I hope he finds his dad. It's a very weird story, but his dad, I believe, has been missing for a long while, but we're not going to talk about that. Hopefully, he comes home safely, but Mitchell Robinson, he doesn't do a lot on offense, and not that I don't think he should be able to, but they just don't let him do much on offense, and you'll see Bam Adebayo just lurking around, grabbing rebounds, and look, you look at the game log, and I'm not going to put them all up on the screen, so just listen up. We saw Andre Drummond, 19 rebounds in 23 minutes against the Knicks. Yusuf Nurkic, 20 rebounds in 33 minutes. Nikola Jokic, 11 rebounds in 30 minutes. Udoka Azubuike, the guy that starts for the Jazz, he had 14 rebounds in 28 minutes. Anthony Davis had 17 rebounds. LeBron had 13. Steven Adams had 13 rebounds. Heck, even Jaren Jackson Jr. had 10 rebounds of his own, all cashing this line for Mr. Bam Adebayo. You get the point. They haven't been great rebounding for the Knicks. That is the case. And look, you'll get a bunch of guys chucking up threes. Mitchell Robinson is not chucking up threes. just yet. Maybe by the end of the season, we'll see. But you should see Bam be able to hit this. I haven't even talked about it, but Bam Adebayo has hit this over in 4 straight games and 7 of his last 8. He's been playing a lot of minutes, and I think that continues today. First game out of the All-Star break. So he's taking on the Knicks. It's on ESPN. If that makes a difference, give me Bam Adebayo over 9.5 rebounds as my best bet of the day. You can bet it at 10.5, maybe half a unit play. We'll see exactly what lines as the lines change as the day goes on. Now, moving on to another guy. You probably will never, if you had a bingo card, this guy's nowhere near on your bingo card because it's a new one. Jalen Suggs. I'm taking his over 24.5 PRAs, -120 on DraftKings. Now, before you go down below, you're like, who the heck is Jalen Suggs? I know. First off, welcome him to the channel. He is new. We have never bet him before, but he is an Orlando Magic. He was their first round pick in the most recent draft. And, he's having an up and down season so far. And he's been mostly, he is a rookie, so that's going to happen with an up and down season. But he dealt with an injury in the middle of there where he missed a lot of time. But he's back and he's ready with a vengeance. And he was really good going into the All-Star break. And look, it's the Magic. They don't got a lot going for them. They sure as heck aren't making the playoffs. And so they're going to look at these young guys and just let them play a ton of minutes. And I think that's what they'll get. But today, the Magic are taking on the Rockets. And look, I don't have to, I know it's been a week since I've said it, but the Rockets have the worst defensive rating in the NBA. They give it the most points in the NBA. The team's defense stinks. And now, Suggs, you might struggle to define him as a point guard or shooting guard. Against the Rockets, it don't really matter what position you play. You're going to have pretty good stats, and over the last 30 games, the Rockets have allowed the following: the 4th most points per game to point guards, 3rd most assists per game to point guards, 2nd most points per game to shooting guards, 5th most rebounds per game to shooting guards, and the most assists per game to shooting guards. Like I said, line him up wherever you want, line him up at center for all I care. He's going to probably have a good game, and I think he'll continue to produce. Now, like I said, he was very aggressive going into the All-Star break. In his final 6 games, I'm going to eliminate one game he got injured with only playing 7 minutes. In his final 6 actual games he played in, he had 27, 25, 36, 17, 28, 26 PRAs, cashing this line in 5 of those 6 games. Now, several of those games were against tougher matchups like Boston, like Utah, teams that are pretty good defensively. Yeah, no, that's not what he's going to. He's against a very advantageous matchup today, like I said, against the Rockets, and he's taking advantage of those advantageous opponents, like the Grizzlies or the Hawks, teams that don't guard opposing point guards and shooting guards very well. He had 26 and 27 PRAs against those teams. But the best thing I like about him is that in his last 3 games, 14 plus field goal attempts. And look, this is a guy that normally doesn't attempt a ton of shots. He normally gets around that 10 to 11 mark, but he's been attempting a lot. And he wasn't even shooting the ball well. 6 for 19 and 5 for 15 from the field. Look, if we get 15 or 19 field goal attempts against the Rockets, probably going to hit this over. He should be good at filling up the stat sheet. He played 35 minutes in his last 2 games. Like I said, the Magic don't have a lot to play for. If you need an individual stat, likely lean just as over in points. But this the guy over his last 15 games has averaged 5.5 assists per game on 9.6 assist chances and 4 rebounds per game on 8.3 rebound chances. So I think he's going to have a good chance. Give me Jalen Suggs over 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I like it at 25.5 as well. It might get a little bit better value, but I think Suggs can get it done. Counting on the Orlando Magic, which I brought out the shirt for him. The Vooch's, don't even worry about the shirt, whatever. Here's our intermission break. I'm going to give you guys a spread pick lean of the day. Now, yesterday we cashed with the Pistons with an outright victory. The over-under was a brutal one. I said under 209. Yeah, it went down to 208.5, and of course they landed right on 209. But look, I'm not going to bet this, but Heat -5. That's my spread pick lean of the day. I won't count it towards my record, win or loss, because I'm not putting any money on it. I don't like betting spreads in the NBA. But look, I said Bam Adebayo over, and look, I think Bam Adebayo gets that. And if the Knicks get blown out, he's probably piling up the rebounds, is my guess. But I think the Knicks can keep it close, so maybe this is more of a live bet kind of territory. But look, the Knicks stink, and they blow leads like it's going out of style. So I like it. Now let's get into my final one play of the day. Then we're going to talk about another lean, and then we're going to talk about all those COS All-Stars. So go down below, click that join button so you can make my list even longer than it is today. Final play of the day, Mikal Bridges over 16.5 points, -116 on FanDuel. Now, you know which Suns player stepped up in the absence of Chris Paul? Well, basically everyone, except for DeAndre Ayton, who put up 6 points and 8 rebounds. So, trust me, you don't have to come at me when Ayton has 20 points and 15 rebounds tonight, having a great career game. You don't have to at me. I'm already going to be face palming or just buried in my pillow, just like, what is this? But look, Mikal played extremely well, stepped up, played only 31 minutes, very low for what he normally plays, scoring 21 points on 17 field goal attempts. Look, if we get 17 field goal attempts, Macau's probably going to hit this over, I don't know, 85, 99% of the time because he's one of the most efficient scorers in the NBA. I know it sounds a little weird, but he is a very efficient scorer, normally shooting above 50, sometimes 60% from the field. A lot of mid-range shots. Now, prior to the CP3 injury, Macau was playing super well. We know that because we were betting his overs, and he was cashing for us. He had hit this over alone in 8 of his final 11 games before the break. Not too shabby, scoring 20-plus points in a lot of them. And look, he came out of the All-Star break, 21-point performance, and look, I love this matchup today, and it can't get better than well, I mean, it could be the Rockets, but look, he's taking on the Pelicans, their defense. Yeah, no such thing, because their only player that plays defense is Herb Jones. He'll likely get the Devin Booker matchup. And look, Mikal Bridges is going to probably be guarded by C.J. McCollum, maybe Devontae Graham sometimes. And McCollum gets paid to score the basketball, not to play defense, and he's never been a good defender in his NBA career. Now, McCollum or not, Mikal has played well regardless against New Orleans, scoring 22 and 23 points his last 2 matchups against them. And their defense has only gotten worse since then. And this game will increase with the shot attempts. Look, like I said, 17 field goal attempts yesterday, and he even played a ton of minutes, only 31 minutes. Hopefully he gets a little bit more minutes today. This game should be close against the Pelicans. And look, Mikal has hit this over in 8 straight games with 13-plus field goal attempts. Yes, I only said 13. If he can get us 13 or more, he's had a very good track record of hitting this over. And like I said, yesterday he had 17, shooting 10 for 17. Should continue to be aggressive today. And look, he's got an A-plus matchup. I love it. I think he's going to get it done for us. In Macau, we trust. Get lost, DeAndre Ayton. Now, I will likely have a 4th added play on Twitter, so make sure you're following us. Go follow us at Call On Our Shot. We're almost at 20K followers. Don't worry, I don't have a Twitter. It's okay. I'll post it in the pinned comment section down below, whatever 4th play we added. And, of course, we'll obviously post it in the Discord, which is linked down below as well. Now, it could be this guy, Joel Embiid, over in points. Now, look, I know it's James Harden's debut. Today they're taking on the Timberwolves, and I get it. This game's going to be exciting. I'm going to be watching it because it should be fun to watch. But look, there's a storyline here. 1, Joel Embiid's still gunning for that MVP trophy. And 2, Joel Embiid versus Karl Anthony Towns. Look, Joel Embiid, we all know, is a troll, and they've gotten into several fights. I believe they've even been ejected in some games together. And look, you know Joel Embiid always wants to show up in these games, always saying he has rent-free space in Cat's Head, whatever it may be. So I think Joel Embiid shows up today, and I think Harden will get him in the ball in advantageous position. So we'll see what lines we get for all of these Sixers players, because I have no idea what lines we're going to see. Maybe Joel Embiid's line goes up, maybe James Harden. I don't really know. So we'll see. And then another guy I considered, Gary Trent Jr. over in points. Now, look, the Hornets versus Raptors game, I was staring at it. I don't really know which line to target. A lot of books don't have lines for it because they're still, hesitant on Fred VanVleet playing. I like Fred VanVleet's over, but I didn't want to put out a play, and then, the line changed a ton. Like, I already don't like putting out the Bam Adebayo line because I want everyone to eat, and, Bam Adebayo might change, and if he ends on 10 rebounds, I'll feel terrible. But I do like Gary Trent Jr. today. I think he does pretty well, but we'll see exactly what 4th added play we have. Obviously, be down in the pinned comment section, and it'll be on Twitter, and it'll be in the Discord. So go check out all those different channels. Now, time for those COS All-Stars. Again, I appreciate each and every one of you for supporting the channel, helping me do this full time. So if you guys want to support us, we really would appreciate it. Click that join button on the channel or the link down below. All right, we got a long list, and I apologize. Which one? The long list, great thing. Love to see this. Let's make this list even longer tomorrow. But if I mispronounce some names, I'm so sorry. So let's get the show rolling because I need to get out of here. Miles, oh my crotch. I like the name. Willis, Jesus, John, Ren, Pappy, Irania, I pronounced that wrong 100%. Brian, Carl, David, George, Mo, Montreal, who knows? Marcus, Fat Dog 53, Kev, Hectic, Garrett, Mike, James, Matthew, 42, Doug. That's a pretty good name. I like it. Moses, Jason, Jim, Joshua, Steve, Jason, Let's Get It, Bruckner, DJ, Scott, Ira, Jesse, Max, Roberto, Christian. Oh God, I lost my list. Philip, Quahim, I don't know. Sam, D. PW23, he's got his name back to back. Thomas, Tony, Vincent, Jet, Keelan, 1982, Wayne, EOMEXFUT, I don't know, Jeremy, 42 SFS, Joe, Andrew, Roach, Jaquan, I hope I pronounced that right, Neil, Manga Man 52, Kevin, William, Jimmy, Gabriel, Richard, Blame the Flame, Vicky Brown, always been a supporter, we appreciate you, Matt, Jose, Jared, Kai, hopefully, Tease Videos, Dylan, Adrian, Kenneth, Steve, Julius, told you I won't forget you, Thomas, Ace, Boogie, Top TN9, Gabe, Christian, Kamal 75, Brianna, Scutters, Clay, Bundles, Mike, Marcus, Marks, EMT, Ka, Tone, and Ton, and Keith. Look, that was a long list. I appreciate you guys for all listening into this. This has been 90. That was like 90 names. So let's make that list even longer today. Appreciate you guys for tuning in to super long video. Whew. This has been Austin. Let's go have another winning day. Happy Friday, everyone. Let's go into the weekend making some money. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.